Budapest, Hungary, a European city with a fine Gothic parliament building, a city that can look back on a rich history spanning more than 2,000 years. Over just a short period of time during this historical past, the high-rise concrete blocks of flats were built that dominate large parts of the city. In the Obuda district, 2/3 of its residents live in this type of apartment block. The so-called village house is the largest block of its kind in Hungary and houses more than 3,000 people. And this building has been the centre of retrofitting measures that focus on saving energy. It's being talked about far beyond Hungary's borders. As a rule, these types of apartment block are particularly wasteful when it comes to energy. The concrete gives rise to lots of thermal bridges and a lot of energy is lost through facades and windows. In the CONCERTO project in Budapest, the village house has been retrofitted, involving its residents right from the very start. Zsuzsanna Nagy has participated from day one.
Well, I myself have lived here for 5 years and my father lived here before me. This has been our home for more than 20 years, which means I've known the house a long time.
Within 6 months, with support from the EU, the city retrofitted a total of 886 flats. In addition to insulation of the exterior walls, the house was given a new coat of paint on the outside, which delighted Zsuzsanna and many other residents.
The way something looks is important to me, but not only in terms of the house. I work as a beautician. I find aesthetics important, and it plays a big part in my life.
This is why Zsuzsanna is fascinated by the energy efficiency refurbishment. For her, the aesthetic and the practical aspects go hand in hand. The city's energy specialists installed 1,800 highly energy-efficient windows. Roof and wall insulation that is 10 centimetres thick has cut energy consumption by 50%. The 1,500 square metre solar collector system on the roof provides more than 45% of the energy needed for heating and hot water. This technology also arouses the curiosity of Zsuzsanna's clients.
Is this thermoglass? Yes. It protects us from heat losses. The insulation is also far better than it used to be. Can you show me the insulation? Yes, look, it's 10 centimetres thick. Originally we were going to make it 7 centimetres, but then we all decided on the 10 centimetre option. And has it got rid of the drafts? Yes, we no longer have any drafts. The apartment is much warmer in general. If you take a look at the window, you can see a gap of almost 2 centimetres. That's a vacuum, which is why the window is so well insulated.
So the heating stays turned right down, and lower energy consumption also means reduced carbon emissions and lower costs. The environment and the residents are going to benefit.
So, in concrete figures, what's it done for your energy costs? They're about half of what they were. For heating, I pay about half as much as before the measures, maybe even less. Have your bills gone down too?
Oh yes. Thank goodness it's been such a success. You save 40 to 50% on heating.
How much did the retrofitting actually cost you? Since August 2009, we've been paying a monthly rate. It'll take 7 years to pay in total. You could have paid off the amount in a lump sum, but that would have meant families losing out on the 30% subsidy from the state. So we pay the equivalent of €11 a month to the OTP bank. We've got another 3 years to go.
Experts say that energy efficiency retrofitting of the existing housing stock represents the greatest potential for reducing carbon dioxide emissions. And the successful retrofitting of the village house in Obuda is now being imitated in neighbouring buildings and has made residents think more about how they use energy in their homes.
Our costs are fundamentally lower, but I'm also more careful myself and try to stick to the rules I've been taught. Yes, it's the smaller things that you often don't even think about that make the difference.
Én is simán kinyitottam, becsuktam, ment a fűtés ki az ablakon, nem számított.